My question for you is, when you talk about Trump's and his economy policy, I think the biggest thing that I hear all my friends and everyone talking about is tariffs. So if what Trump says on tariffs really is so true, you know, wants 60% on China and just 20% base, the biggest I can think of in when I've researched is from 1828 when they passed 50% tariff policy. So do you think Trump's right in his tariff policy? And if so, why hasn't any president proposed something similar?
Okay, so he's asking about Donald Trump's tariff policy. Here's what I think. I'm going to go back to my original statement about Donald Trump and the economy. Donald Trump cares about one thing, and that is winning. Okay, what that means is that if tariffs are in fact inflationary, if they are in fact a problem, then he is not going to do them. But the tariffs are really designed not because tariffs are like fun and games. Tariffs are designed for President Trump as leverage. There is no one in the history of American politics who has used leverage better than President Trump. Right? He uses tariffs as a way of threatening countries to do what he wants. So I'll give you a story. I won't give you the source on this story because I don't want to betray confidence, but it's a great story, so I'm going to tell it anyway. Okay, so this is a story I'd never heard anywhere before. Here's the story. President Trump's meeting with Justin Trudeau, okay, who may or may not be Fidel Castro's son. In any case, by the way, he's totally Fidel Castro's son. Anyway, he's meeting with Justin Trudeau apparently during the first administration, and he is asking for a bunch of things, right, for Canada to do. And Trudeau doesn't want to give all of them. So Trump says to his people, bring Justin here, bring Justin to me. So apparently they sit across from one another. And Trudeau is talking with the president, and President Trump says, Justin, I want you to tell me, if there were one thing I could do tomorrow to completely wreck the Canadian economy, what would it be? And Trudeau goes, well, I mean, Mr. President, there are a lot of things. You're a very powerful country, but, you know, if you tariffed our cars, it would be really, really bad. And Trump goes, Justin, I want to teach you a lesson. The first thing not to do in a negotiation is answer the question, if you could do one thing to destroy me, what would it be? So, of course, President Trump continues, I don't care about Canada, I only care about America. So, I'm going to tariff all your cars unless you give me what you want. He got what he wanted. Okay, that's how I think President Trump thinks about tariffs.